What up, y'all? It's your boy P-Lotus, and you already know we talking big business. Yeah. Working like a slave in the field, for real. That's how I pay my bills. So today, we're going to talk about content creation burnout. This is something you deal with when you're on the grind. This is strictly for the grinders. Because you don't worry about burnout until it's going really hard in the paint. So that's a good problem. First of all, if you're feeling burnt out from making content, then that means you're doing something right. You're supposed to be feeling burnt out from making content. So ultimately what I'm gonna say, when you're feeling burnt out, take a break. But if you're feeling burnt out, that means you have earned a break. And let me explain how you can take a break and still not miss a beat. Because you need to be everywhere, every day. That's the motto. Everywhere, every day. You know what I mean? That's what we're doing now. Everywhere where you need to be. Everywhere that's relevant to your business. Okay? So if you're dealing with burnout, that means you've been posting a lot. You've been coming up with a lot of different ideas. And you've been executing your strategy. But do you have a strategy? First of all, because if you have a strategy, you should never get burnt out. That's really what I'm going to get to, is if you have the right strategy, you should not get burnt out. Some of the reasons that you might be burnt out is because you're either running out of ideas, you're running out of time, you feel like you don't have enough people helping you do it. But like all those issues can be resolved or prevented by just having the right strategy. So in your content marketing plan, your content creation schedule, make sure you block some time, you find that time that you have like consistently during the day. So if you work during the day, then at night, that's when you create your content. If you work at night, then you create content during the day. But you got to figure out that time frame when you can create. Within your content creation schedule, you got to know that you got to maximize that time. And how you maximize that time is what you would call batch content or bulk content. You're creating a lot of content all in one sitting. That way you can have your posts coming consistently when you schedule them. So that avoids you feeling the pressure of feeling like you need to create every single day. It's like, yes, you have to be everywhere every single day, but you don't have to create content every single day. Some days should be for responding to comments, or they should be for doing research on your analytics or research about different topics to make videos about, or planning the setup for your next video, like stuff like that. So you still need time for that kind of stuff. So honestly, in a 7-day period, you could put content creation, the actual filming and producing of the content, you can put all that into one day. So if you got 4 hours on Monday to create content, then spend 4 hours on Monday creating content. Create as much content as possible. I mean, whether that's taking pictures, or if it's recording videos, or if it's brainstorming and thinking of like blog posts or content that you can post on different days throughout the week, then that's what you do on that day. And you plan out the content for the whole week. That way you're not overwhelming yourself by having too much going on. And then you also pick a certain day that you schedule content. So Monday, that might be the day that you create content. Tuesday, that could be the day that you schedule out all the content. Wednesday, that could be the day that you're responding to comments, looking at the analytics. Thursday could be the day that you are doing research and just saving different videos that give you inspiration, or looking at some of your favorite creators and seeing what's working for them, and then like trying to apply different things to your strategy. And then the rest of the week, you can just gather as much content as possible, make more content, but it's not pressure. And even if you need to take one of those days off at the end of the week, do that. But it's only if you have accomplished everything that you've said. So on that day off that you give yourself, you do have stuff getting posted on that day because you scheduled it anyway. So you can take that day off if you need to. But at the same time, you can also use that day as a makeup day for anything you didn't get done throughout the beginning of the week. So even with that type of schedule, let's say you do have that type of schedule, and you know what you're doing week to week to week, you're getting stuff done, you're seeing growth, and you're getting better with the content. So let's say you're doing that, and then you still feel burnt out, even if you got that routine and it's working, but the only issue is like you're getting tired of that routine. If that's the case, then maybe you just need to change up the routine. I mean, you still need to do everything, but just do different things on different days. And another thing that can help with the burnout is in the process, like you should always be, looking for people that can help you. People that can either help you create content for you, or people that can help you edit the content, stuff like that. Just people that can kind of take a little bit of load off you. And that could even be like a family member or a significant other that can just kind of tap in and help you out sometimes with either filming or little things they could do online just to help you with your content creation or scheduling your posts, different things like that. So always employ the people around you, especially the people that are like trying to find ways they can help you. Like, don't ignore those people. Those people could be like throwing you a lifeline. At the end of the day, they could be really like, when they offering the help, they could be really throwing you a lifeline, and they could really be the ones to give you that little boost that you need, or fill in a little blank for you sometimes. So I would say that for sure. Make sure you have a content creation schedule and a posting schedule. Accept help from anyone around you that's willing to help and wanting to help. Take breaks when needed, but make sure your posts are scheduled on the days that you're taking off. And just make sure you're getting enough rest, and make sure that you are balancing everything out. And just like you plan time for your content creation, you got to plan time for other things that are important in your life as well. So time with family, time with loved ones, time for physical activities, time for leisure, a little bit of leisure. Like leisure is really for the rich. So you're not going to have a lot of that unless you got a lot of money in the bank. It's just the way it is. Because around here, we talking big business. So I got to keep it 100. If you want to build a big business, it's not going to be a lot of leisure time in the building process. And with the content creation, you're going to need good content if you want to build a big business. So that's what we own. You know what I mean? We building a big business, and we're not stopping until it's there. So it's the daily grind, because it's you a team of one right now. Imagine that, a solopreneur, a one person team. Like, you eventually are going to grow into your brand that you're creating now is going to grow into a business that employs other people. Okay. So think about that. That's how hard you got to work. You got to work harder than anybody that's ever going to work for you, for your brand. You got to put your brand on. So that's what we doing. And yeah, so if you're feeling burnout, that's a good problem. That means you working. You should feel burnt out. You should feel burnt out. Because if you feel burnt out about content creation, then that means you're doing a lot of work. Because you can't feel burnt out if you ain't did nothing. It's really that simple. So feeling burnout is a good thing. Be proud of yourself if you feel burnt out from creating content. But there are some ways to avoid even feeling burnt out. But kudos to you if you're burnt out from creating content, because that means you've been doing a lot. And we own that mission. I can't afford to be burnt out. I have to do this rain, sleet, snow, hell, whatever it is. I got to do this. So if I do feel like I'm burnt out, I'll share that. But I don't see myself getting burnt out no time soon. I got a lot of time I need to make up for. I'm making up for lost time. I can't be burnt out. I'm too turned up to be burnt out. So if you feeling burnt out, just watch my videos and get some of my energy, because I'm lit. We doing this. It's a daily grind. You got to see me every day. I got to be everywhere every day. I'm not playing with y'all. Okay, but that's it. That's what I got to say about being burnt out with content creation. If you got any more tips on how people can like avoid being burnt out, or like how to deal with being burnt out, just leave a comment below about how people can stop being burnt out or avoid it, or what you've done when you feel burnt out. But I mean, that's my spiel. I mean, that's what I feel like. That's my outlook on being burnt out. And then also I share like what I feel like you can do to avoid it or prevent it. So that's where we at with that. We'll be back with another video. You already know we're not stopping with this. Talking big business on a daily basis until I'm everywhere, every day. We doing this, man. That's the motto, man. Big business.